The Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's The Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks. We have got a young man on here. You'll recognize his voice, I'm sure, just as soon as he comes on here, because he's on the
Willies Roadhouse in Channel 59.
Plus all the music that he's got out there, man. We have got Dallas Wayne with us this morning. How are you, brother?
Good morning, Stephen. How you guys?
Man, we're just hanging in here, I guarantee you. We got rain coming in, so it looks like it's going to be a good day to sleep in, and we got you up out of the bed. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. At my age, I'm up this early anyway.
There you go. Man, you know, you've got a lot of albums, a lot of music out there, not to mention, of course, you know, you do we're talking like the world-renowned radio disc jockey here, so I'm kind of trying to man up a little bit and sound more professional. I love the song, I'll Take the Fifth.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's kind of a twist on the thing, you know, but I love that. But anyway, so how long you been in the music business? I mean, you was actually in the music business before you got into radio, right?
Oh, yeah. I started full-time in 1974 right out of high school. Run off to Nashville and disappointed my parents and to no end. And had the bug pretty bad. And got in that down there playing for other people on the road and singing demos for publishing companies and whatnot. And then just gradually started easing my way into a solo career.
Well, this worked out pretty good because it looked like in 2020 you actually got the Western Artist Pure Country Group of the Year.
That's for our little band Heybale that we had there in Austin, Texas. I left Austin this last year, and Heybale is one of the biggest things I miss, that and the barbecue.
Oh, yeah. So you think Texas barbecue's better than Memphis barbecue?
No, I'm an equal opportunity eater.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, when it comes to that stuff, I love it. In fact, living over here in Bristol now, of course, we're right close to North Carolina, so we got that North Carolina pulled pork barbecue, which is just heavenly.
Oh yeah.
And I'll take any of that too I can get.
I'm with you on that, man. It comes to food, I'm all about that. Now, do you like potted meat and Spam?
I will go to the store every now and then, and my tastes are refined a little bit. Underwood chicken spread and deviled ham spread is about as far as I get dairying-wise, but I used to love to eat my little beanie weenies and those little short sausages in the armor cans.
Yeah, well, being in the music business, a lot of folks know about that because it's like 49 cents a can, so...
There was a time in my life
on the road. I live on those and microwave burritos.
There was a time in my life where macaroni and cheese, if you could put butter in it, you were having a party.
Yeah.
If you had ham, you know, a diced pressed ham in there, you had company coming over.
So now, how did you get tied in with the Willies Roadhouse?
I got into working. Actually, my first job on Sirius XM, and I still have it today, is over in Outlaw Country.
Right.
And I had met the man who's the program director over in Utrecht, Holland, when we were over there playing a show. He was over there with his wife, who is an artist, Laura Cantrell. And we got to become buddies. And a few years later, I was home. I just lost my right eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I was home from the Americana conference. I didn't go that year for the first time because I was still waiting to see if they could reattach the retina. And my phone rang, and it was Jeremy Tepper, who is our program director, this old buddy of ours. And he said, "You want a job on the radio?" And I said, "It sounds cool, but I just released a new record, and I'm getting ready to go out on tour as soon as this surgery gets cleared." And he said, "You can do your show from the road." And I thought, well, that sounds appealing.
Well,
And back then, of course, it was huge racks of equipment you'd carry on the road with you. I've done it in the bus going down the road. I've done it countless hotel rooms over the years. And more and more, as I got involved with the radio thing, it became more of a primary focus of my career, even though I'm still making records and still touring.
right.
That radio thing is, as you know, is a pretty good gig.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the idea. Oh, yeah.
You know, that's
Doing my show, and I like working in my underwear without a pole being involved.
Yeah,
That might be a little bit too much information, Dallas, but we do appreciate that. That visual is not something that Stephen or I would really like to see. Dallas, I have a quick question for you. I understand you didn't you live in Scandinavia for a while?
Yes, I did. I backed into a record deal over there in Finland. I
really.
was on tour with a bluegrass band called Special Consensus, and ran into this guy from a record company, and he said, "Would you like to come back and make a record?" And all I was honestly thinking of was one more thing to put on the merch table, and a free trip to Finland again. I liked it over there. The coffee was great. Everybody was smoking cigarettes, and the girls and the weather were pretty, and it was just beautiful. So I went back over there in December, which is the worst time in the world to be in Finland, and recorded that first album, just thinking it was going to be a one-off thing. And one album turned into 6 when I was over there, and I eventually ended up moving when Warner Chappell, my song publishing company, opened up an office there. I could work from there, and so it was kind of all the pieces kind of fell into place, and it was a big adventure.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, golly, yeah. Well, we had a record deal about years ago from Polished Hit Records. I'm sure you heard of that. Our first release was a Polished Hit.
My favorite independent label.
You know, you talking about losing your eye. I've got a cousin, Adam Drake, no kidding, and he's got a glass eye. And if you're not careful, you'll be sitting there eating, and he will take his eye out while you're not looking and put it in your tea glass. So when you reach down to get your tea, you're looking at somebody.
It's a conversation starter at a dinner party. That's for sure.
Yeah, it works out pretty good, no doubt. But now this thing we was talking the other day, you actually just got signed to a new record label.
Yes, I'm proud to say just got a new record coming out in April.
Right.
On Audium Nashville, which is a wonderful label. I've worked with some of those folks before, back when it was Koch Audium.
Mm-hmm.
And, how labels come and go and change and reorganize. So it's really nice to be back with them, because I know these guys, and they love country music, and they know how to promote it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You know, country music kind of took a back seat to, Alan Jackson can't even get played anymore, seems like. And it's just, I'm a big Alan Jackson fan because he's actually still country music. And your country, your stuff you've got is really cool. And I don't know. If it ain't this pop, hip hop kind of stuff, it seems like you can't get nowhere with it. But it's good to see that country music's still alive somewhere,
I'm kind of a one-trick pony, and it is getting harder to find, but you can find the good stuff if you look for it. That's the double-edged sword of the internet and accessibility to music. Is that part of it? You can find anything you're really looking for.
Mm-hmm.
If you want progressive bluegrass music, you can find it. All these things that might have been harder, 25 years ago to find, you can find it on the internet. And but the other thing is the pop culture part of it. You're cramming that music down people's throats. They don't even know what they're supposed to like.
Right.
So somebody else is telling.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Willies Roadhouse certainly brings it to the forefront.
Well, that's like we're heart, soul, and rock and roll here, man. No doubt, and I love it because it's all the good stuff that we, like 97.7, that I grew up with, and that's kind of what you hammer on that, and but I do love that. But now you play the Grand Ole Opry, man. What, in May? I think you was at the Grand Ole Opry.
The last time I was there was actually in May when I was recording the record,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been fortunate to appeared on the Opry quite a few times over the years. And but the bad thing about the one in May, and I realized it as I was walking off stage, I thought to myself, my Lord, that is the first time I have sung in front of people for 15 months.
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it?
that's a heck of a gig to come back on. You know, usually people will book a couple of shows, but locally or kind of a low, on the down low, and come back and do the Opry as your first show back was.
Well, Dallas, I'm looking at some of your schedule that you've got coming up here, and it looks like you're going to be in upstate New York, and then you're going to be in Chicago.
Oh, be careful in Chicago.
That you were already there.
Yeah, we just did those shows this last couple of weeks. Had fun up in Buffalo. Most people shuffle off to Buffalo. We went up to Buffalo to play some shuffles, as in country show.
There you go. Let me say this again, folks. Listen, if y'all want to check this out, go to DallasWayne.com. We're talking to Dallas Wayne right now, and appreciate him getting out of the bed in the morning. You're talking about not doing live shows. We talked to a lot of people that's been out on the road, and they've kind of liked the break, of being home, because out on the road all the time, it's like, it's nice to be able to take the kids to school or take the trash out. That's some of the things that, like, people don't realize. Being out on the road, you miss out on a lot of that stuff.
Exactly. Yes, it was a great time to kind of regroup and self-examine, and we had some forced luxury there in a lot of ways. Economically, of course, it was hard for a lot of the artists. But in my case, my radio job went on as usual.
Right.
And but I did go from the year before COVID-19 hit. I did 110 shows, and the year of COVID, I did a grand total of 3.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. My only problem is guitar calluses. They go away after a while, and you've got to really work hard to keep them up. And to do that at home, do you want to watch the baseball game, or do you want to play guitar for an hour?
Right.
Hey, Dallas, can you tell us a little bit about the Outlaw Country Cruise that you got coming up?
It's going to be great. This is, I believe, number 6 that we've done. I'll be honest with you. When I first was approached with this idea of going on this thing, I thought, wait a minute, you're going to put 3,000 of our listeners on a boat? A bad thing is going to happen. But it actually, it's so well run. It's run by a company called Sixth Man, who do a lot of these music cruises, and they are the best in the business. And the audiences are great. People come there to hear music. It costs a little bit of money for people to go, so they're there to have a good time and listen to music.
Well, that's the good thing about it, though. You're actually on a boat with these people, the musicians that you love. I mean, to me, the extra cost would be worth it,
Oh, you'll get in the elevator. Like a couple of years ago, I got in the elevator, and I look up. I wasn't really paying attention. I look up, and it's like, I hear, "Hey, man." I look up, and it's Chris Christopherson.
Oh, man.
That's the kind of access you have on these cruises with the artists, which is always nice.
I love Chris Christopherson, man. He's one of the greats. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah. But that's, I guess, when is that selling? That's going to be in February?
February, I believe, March.
Yeah, late February into early March.
Yeah,
and the new album comes out in April.
Right. That'd be so much fun. I went on a cruise one time, but they kicked me off a boat. Apparently, you can't fish off the side of them things. I just want to troll a little bit. You know how you troll, and I throwed my pole out. And
because the boat said Exxon on the side of it, that's not a cruise, dude. But that's okay.
I'm still fishing. Yeah, I'm still fishing. Yeah, you can do what you can afford, but anyway. Well, Dallas, we've got to get to break, man. I don't know what. You go to DallasWayne.com. Check out this, and what a great guy he is. And it's got a new. This same record label you got is this the same one that Tommy Townsend signed to, right?
It is, yes. And I love Tommy. Tommy and I actually met on the Outlaw Cruise.
Right.
We were referring to earlier, a couple of years back, and he plied me with moonshine.
Yeah, imagine that.
We became best friends after.
Yeah, he's got a lot of friends since he opened up a moonshine still. You'd be amazed.
That'll do it. That's better than a drummer with a station wagon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I guarantee it. But I'm going to tell you, they're talking about legalizing marijuana. When they do that, I got some kinfolk that we're going to get involved with, and I'm gonna shut down the moonshine business, I can tell you.
Well, I think that it's a good thing to branch out into.
There you go. All right, Dallas. We appreciate you, man. We sure do. We're going to keep up with you and get you back on and see what else is going on. Maybe we get you on before the Outlaw Cruise and see who else is going to be on that.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We've got Amy Lou Harris and Rodney Crowell and a bunch of other folks on. So.
Yeah. How about Steve Phillips and Midnight Express? Are they playing this year?
It's not a barge.
I haven't seen the name on the bill, but I haven't seen the full bill.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'll scratch it in there with a black magic marker.
That'd be great.
You know, my buddies, they can't afford to go like me. They're poor, so they'll never know I'm not on there. So, but anyway,
It's a fun time. You should join us sometime.
yeah, I'm going. I'd love to go. I really would. So anyway, but all right, Dallas, you be good, man.
Thank
you, sir.
Stephen, and thanks everybody there at Morning Dish. We appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.